Three, two, one. Welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. I'm your host, Jesi Rok.
I'm your host, Jesi Rok as well.
I'm your other host, Raaquan Davis. Follow me at so_Ray_J. Holla at me, baby.
Oh yes. You can definitely find all our Instagram tags in the description. Also, we'll link down some other links that you should go visit. I don't want to give away too many things right now, but we got a very special show today. It's been a very, very eventful 2 weeks, I would have to say.
Definitely.
I'm exhausted, bro.
I'm exhausted, but I'm
In a good way.
ready to keep going.
I'm ready to keep
I'm
exhausted
ready
in a
to
good
keep
way.
going. I'm ready to
Exactly.
keep striving.
Exactly.
Striving for
This is
for
just a
what we here
start.
for.
Yeah, this is just a start, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the times we're in right now is very weird, bro. Like
It is.
the things we're going through right now are very, very, very weird. But I mean, it's something that it's been happening. History repeats itself.
That's true.
So it's something that it's in our DNA.
That's a
We
fact.
know what to do when the problem arises. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that it's something that we all feel. We all come together when it's I don't even know how to describe it, but you know what I'm talking about, and everybody else knows what I'm talking about
Yeah,
too.
sure.
You just have that feeling to where I feel you, brother. I feel you, sister. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't even know how else to put it.
Because if you think about it, though, as all of our people, and I'm specifically speaking about African Americans and Native Americans at this moment.
Any brown and black
Because the reason I'm saying that is because those are the people who have had not only culture, land, money, names, heritage, all of that just stolen from them, and they were given a new identity per the United States.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, this is why we're here now, is because instead of people acknowledging, it's always how you said it
Yes.
beforehand. It's always a but. It's a if. It's always an excuse. It's never admitting your wrongful doings and saying, we apologize. This is what we are going to do to fix this problem. It's never that. What I've noticed, bro, this country can never
You're
admit that it's
absolutely
wrong,
right,
bro.
big bro. You're
This country
absolutely
can
right.
never admit that it's wrong.
It can't, and I just want to say that yes, today is July 4th. To us, we know what this means. To you, you may be celebrating, popping fireworks, barbecue, grilling, enjoying your life. But I just want you to know. I want you to know that there's what my brothers are saying. There's been a crime of omission, and like Jeff said, there's a reason why we have to go through this over and over again. The acknowledgement, like Jesse said, the continuation of this going on over and over and over. And what I mean by a crime of omission, like my brother said, we were brought over here. Our ancestors were brought over here. We don't, these names we wear, they are not our names. The religion that we have, that's not our religion. The things that we do, those are not the things that we've done. You know what I'm saying? We came over here and were robbed of our own heritage and what we used to do. And so when you realize that and you come to a realization of that and you come to an understanding of that, you must realize what this day means to us.
Absolutely.
Like my brother was saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to know your history. I mean, you can't just follow what everybody else does. I mean, look, this is the thing I got to say about the 4th of July is do your research. Understand what was happening in that time period in America.
We were.
You know what I'm saying?
we were still in the field.
This is something
Absolutely.
that our people weren't celebrating alongside with you guys.
No.
Like Frederick Douglass said, he said, this is a celebration for y'all. This
It
is not a
has nothing to do with
celebration
us.
for us. This is a time for mourning for us.
We celebrated our freedom a few weeks ago, or a week ago.
Yeah.
Because that's when we were given our freedom, which, if we want to be completely honest about you, it hasn't been living up to his name.
Yeah, very limited
So,
and speculating.
Thank you
So,
for
if we want to be
specifying that,
real
my brother.
about it, it still hasn't living up to his name.
Exactly.
So we definitely not about to celebrate today. We don't even have our day yet. So I'm not celebrating y'all day.
I feel you.
It's
for
ridiculous.
real. And it's crazy because even on like the events that unfolded on Juneteenth, for the people who don't know, in Rockwall, on Juneteenth there was a very. This is what I'm gonna say about that, and in the media, of course, they're saying they don't know what happened. They don't know this, that, and the other.
To this day, brother.
They're saying, bro, people are saying that it was brake failure, this, that, and the other. People, if you ever been to that spot and location, I'll probably pull it up on the screen or something. But the way they said it was brake failure, you have to take at least a couple turns to get in there. You got to do specific driving to get in there. You can't have brake failure. You can't go that fast.
It was a perfect brake failure, if that's what they want to say.
Exactly.
It was
and plus, there was a neighbor.
An anomaly.
There was a neighbor that said there were some white kids out there the night of. It was like, I don't know, like 2 o'clock in the morning. He said he got into an altercation with those guys down there.
Yes.
He did not end up doing
anything
violent or whatever. But
they're not going to tell you all that part. They won't. They. Here's the thing about this is why we're talking about it today, because when we actually sat back and watched the media that took place that day while we were out there, 80% of everything, 80% of what we did, what we talked about, what was spoken amongst not only ourselves and the media, but with everybody else was there, was deleted. It was not even shown to y'all.
Yeah.
It wasn't even shown. The reason that we were out there was not even shown. They made that about Rockwall, of course. It has. To be honest with you, I appreciate everybody that came out there to support
everybody.
Miss Z that day, Catfish, Miss Z's Catfish. I appreciate everybody.
It was a unity thing.
But at the end of the day, once again, Rockwall made that about Rockwall, and it wasn't. To be honest with you, I mean, like I said, I appreciate everybody that came out to the support.
Absolutely.
But that was not about Rockwall. That was about Miss Z's Catfish.
And that was about the resiliency that was shown. That was about the resiliency that was shown. That was about the grit. And to be honest with you, that was about the unity. And I have to specify, that was about black people helping black people.
Exactly.
Can I tell you that? And like my brother said, and let's go from the beginning. On the morning of June 19th.
Yeah, go ahead and play that for her.
On the morning of June 19th, around 2 a.m.
It's Juneteenth, celebration for melanated people in this country. Just so happens that we got to spend this day helping our people as usual. I mean, unforeseen circumstances. We come from a very narrow-minded town. People decided to bust in somebody's windows down there and decided to do that on Juneteenth. We kind of already know what that's about. I mean, you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to kind of understand what's going on. But today is a celebration, and we're going to keep that a celebration. We're still going to help. We're still going to do what we got to do. We're not going to let anybody kind of take that away from us today, no matter how hard they try.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna let the narrative of today be portrayed in a negative manner.
Yeah.
We don't even want to highlight or give the limelight to the vandalizers and honestly, this sounds like a hate crime to me, but we don't even want to give attention to that. We want to give attention to the people who are in distress. Some entrepreneurs went back to their livelihood and it was in ruins, and they're still there right now, cleaning and serving people, doing what they're sent here to do, and we find it our duty to go help our people as entrepreneurs, as being black, and being unified together. We don't want the narrative to be changed. We help our people out.
Yeah, no matter how hard y'all try, you're not going to change the narrative. Y'all not going to keep trying to change the subject matter. Y'all keep trying to make this about what it's not, but we're going to tell you what it is.
Maybe between 5, what the police report said. There was a vandalism at Z's Catfish owned by Miss Zora. Shout out to Miss Zora. We love you. We love you, sister.
Shout out. We love you, man.
Shout out, Catfish.
Anything you need, yes, ma'am. Just let us know. There was a vandalism, and they say that a car drove into it, and they're saying that they're trying to figure out to this day. What was that, about a couple weeks ago?
Of course.
To this day, still nothing has been known, nothing has been shown.
All them cameras that be out there.
All those cameras, everything. Nothing has been shown to say who's done this, what it was done, and people are saying that it was an accident, coincidence.
People have a lot of excuses. This is my thing, and the craziest part about it is what I had seen about the comments of the Rockwall, people who live in Rockwall. They were saying, oh, well, maybe it was brake failure, whatever the case may be. People, if you do that, if you run your car into a shop,
it's called vandalism,
and you leave the scene, That is vandalism.
That is a crime.
That is a crime.
That is a crime. And like you said earlier, like both of y'all said earlier.
So regardless of what y'all want to say,
the way that Z's catfish is in that corner lot, the way that Z's catfish is positioned,
you got to go find the restaurant to go do that.
The only way that can be an accident.
Why are you over there 2 o'clock in the morning? Why are you over there in that shopping strip 2 o'clock in the morning? Nothing is open. There's a shoe shop.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Nothing is open.
Hey, but look, here's the thing.
There's a catfish place. Nothing is open.
No. But look, y'all gotta understand something. Because look, we live in Dallas. We know we can't just be hanging around no shop at 9, 10, 11 o'clock when they close.
Not gonna work.
That's in Rockwall, right? You know, so in Rockwall,
you ain't doing that on
in Rockwall, you can do it. Hey, as long as your parents run some school district, or your parents got some bread, or your parents know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody else,
you good.
You Gucci.
Good.
That's why they ain't found nobody. Let's be real about this. That's why they ain't found nobody, because when they saw that video of whoever the license plate was, they contacted that person's parents and told them what happened, and they left it at that. I put money on it.
Growing up, look. I'm sorry.
I put money on it.
Growing up in that town,
I put money on it, man.
Bro, we all know. Growing up, especially us too, because Jesse didn't spend that much time in Rockwall.
Look, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this so I can go ahead and get this off of my chest because I keep talking about it. I was in Rockwall for 4 years. I went to Rockwall Heath for 4 years and played football, and I left it at that. And that's how I want to leave it. To be straight up with you. I don't live in Rockwall. I don't have nothing to do with Rockwall. I'm sticking up for my people in Rockwall because Rockwall has been doing this for so many years that it's ridiculous. So this has nothing about me standing up for Rockwall because I don't stand up for Rockwall. I stand up for my people that are in Rockwall. So let's go ahead and say that.
That's well put.
Very well put.
That's well put. Growing up in Rockwall, especially, and that's something that me and Ray can really harp on. Growing up in Rockwall Rockwall is what? Probably number 1 richest county in Texas.
I know it's for sure.
It's like top 10 though.
Fastest growing
for
in
sure.
Texas, yeah. and with the money that they have, it's
so we were there before the hype.
Yeah.
We were there before the attention.
When there was only one gas station.
We were there
exactly.
Was a dirt road. Exactly. When there was a dirt road.
Yeah. So when
one
we
gas
talk,
station.
we trust us. We were there. We were residents of Rockwall 15 plus years.
Since 2007.
Before all them shopping centers, before all them new neighborhoods and stuff, it was one neighborhood, one house, a couple of acres, and then another house, and then a couple of other acres, and then a gas station, and then a few more acres, and then a police station.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, exactly. A small town. Hey.
That's like the definition of small town for real. Because
but what
growing up in that town, oh my gosh, the we had to deal with them people down there. Look.
Yeah, go ahead and tell your stories because we all got stories,
It was exhausting living down there.
It was.
And the reason why I was so excited about Miss Z's catfish because growing up down there, we dealt with so much bullshit.
We dealt with that.
Look. I'm talking about people, and I'm going to call y'all asses out. People that I went to high school with,
Absolutely.
I was dating some white girls, beautiful white girls, whatever the case may be. I'm still, friends with them to this day. But, in high school, I was dating white girls. A town full of white people. I was the only chocolate dot besides you. A handful of other people down there. You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, they had graffitied on my car. You know what I'm saying? She would tell me, they would call her a snicker licker and this, that, and the other. That's the type of we deal with. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
Like, it's crazy because, like, a lot of them try to act like, like, oh, I'm with you. Like, no.
Yeah,
like,
y'all
straight up.
And I'm glad you touched on that subject.
I'm not even
it's crazy right now, the relevancy of it, because
for sure.
The people it's so many people that I haven't talked to since probably my freshman year of high school. Where did y'all come from? How did y'all even find me, bro? For real, because I ain't looking for y'all. We being real about this because it's getting on my nerves. I'm being very honest with you. It's pissing me off because
don't start to love me when I start doing good.
Y'all
don't start to love me when I start doing good.
I ain't heard from none of y'all in years, but as soon as y'all hear that we out here trying to help, not y'all people, my people, y'all want to jump on board. Get on somewhere with that, bro. Miss me with all of that bullshit. Miss me with all of it. Y'all can go. Stay in the house like y'all was doing before. Leave me the fuck alone.
Hey, listen here, brother. I told, hey, 100%.
Straight up, bro.
I love the realness behind that. I had a friend reach out to me from high school. One of my white friends.
And I'm sorry, bro. I really don't mean to cut you off, bro.
Ahead.
Let me just say this. Don't confuse my frustration with hate.
Yes, please don't.
There are some people in this town that I absolutely love.
Yes, there's plenty of them.
There's many people in this town.
There's a lot more that I love than I have issues with. I'll put it like that.
But tonight, I am shining light on the that I hate.
Yeah, bro. That's for real. That's for real.
Let that be known.
And I'm gonna let that be told, bro.
You let that be
And
known.
the people that know, I'll put it like this, because this is how my brother just said. Don't confuse this with hate, because it's not. Because there is more people that actually were there for me and actually helped me out while I was out there than not.
Absolutely.
So I'm not talking about the ones that helped me out, because y'all know who y'all are. Y'all do. Trust me, y'all know who y'all are. That's a given. But the ones on the opposite side, y'all know who y'all are too. And I'm talking directly to y'all. So I hope you see my face on here and you understand that I'm not going to sit here and just let you keep doing it.
Yeah.
So if you see me again and you have an issue with it, I would gladly have a conversation with you about it. But until then, keep your comments to yourself. I don't do the media thing.
Yeah.
I don't do
What
none
are we
of that.
going to resolve on social media? I'm not about to go back and forth
No.
with you.
If you have a real issue with it, let me know. It's simple.
Sorry.
It's so simple.
I'm not finna go back and forth.
No, I don't
with
play
you.
that game, bro.
What I
I
was
ain't
trying
grow
to
up
say,
like that.
what I was trying to say, and I told Jeff this story a while
Jesus
back.
Christ.
So I had a friend reach out to me. I known him from about 6th grade. Like, do y'all remember the Rise? Rise and
Yeah,
Raaquan?
bro.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
when I
used
met
to
my man.
snap ankles and kneecaps up there. What
Hey.
you mean?
Hey, we took some
Indoor,
soul.
I forgot
What
about
you
the
mean?
indoor.
In the
The
indoor,
I
yes,
forgot. You
sir,
so
yes,
right.
sir,
You
yes,
so
sir,
right.
yes,
I was
sir.
trying to
We
remember.
already know. Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to
Legendary.
Rise.
Shout out to
You know,
Rise,
yeah.
man.
If it's still there, I don't know. I don't drive by there too much.
I don't drive by that way. I don't know.
But,
I don't know that way in a long
This is
time.
where I met my mans, and
Yeah.
and we've even to this day, you know, he invited me to his wedding.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name because I shared this story with him. You know what I'm saying? And it was in a type of confidentiality manner.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he asked me, he was like, Ray, I'm with you, man, and you know, we've been knowing each other for a long time, like 6th grade. Man, I call you my brother, but just tell me, man, because I don't want to be the one that's known to be oblivious. I don't want to be that person.
Straight up.
And he was like, Ray, straight up tell me, bro, like, is Raaquan really like that? And then I proceeded to give him a couple of stories. I was like, ooh. I was like, my man.
You got to bring yourself back down
Yeah.
and tell that type of story.
Yeah, I was like, my man. Let me give you a couple of instances. Let me give you a couple of instances. And those instances were when I first moved to Rockwall, maybe a couple months in.
Yeah.
It wasn't many black people when I first moved there.
Absolutely not.
I'll
What
tell you
year
straight
did
up.
you move there, bro?
Like 2001, 2002.
Okay, so we were there about 2006.
Yeah.
See,
My mother,
yeah,
right outside 205. She was pulled over constantly, repeatedly, for doing the speed limit. If maybe not, 1 or 2 miles over.
Are you serious?
This happened over repeatedly by the same officer. So that's what arose suspicion.
Yeah.
It took my mother to go to the police chief for this injustice to stop.
Bro, and you know what's crazy, bro?
It's not the first, bro.
It's not.
It's not the first.
My mom was dealing with the same. Mom is an alpha, bro. She, as a woman,
Absolutely.
she's an alpha. You feel what I'm saying? So she run her.
Yeah.
And when people see that a black woman is running her by herself, they lose her mind. They lose their mind. She's driving in a nice ass whip.
Yeah.
And she's getting pulled over. You see what I'm saying?
And you know why?
At the end of the street, they just, you know what I'm saying? They just waiting.
And you know why? They just waiting.
They just waiting.
They're waiting to see who was in that car. Why are you in that
Why are
car?
you in this car?
What
Why
are
are
you
you
doing in
over
that car?
here? Yeah.
How'd you get that
It's
car?
always a question.
Hey.
Look, you remember when I had my silver Charger?
Oh, that's even way back, bro. That's even worse.
I had a silver Charger, bro.
To be honest, I don't think I was here.
I had a silver Charger RT, bro, back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Nice car, bro. Like when they first came out, like the old bodies,
old
not
body,
the first bodies. So
Yeah.
the first bodies, yeah. So I mean, I had put some pipes on there. I had some rims on there. It was cool.
It was nice, bro. That was
Driving around,
that's
I
nice.
get pulled over probably maybe 4 times out of the week probably like every week, get pulled over. And you know what they did? Every time the dude would come to me with the window tint thing, and he would check the window tint. And he'd be like, "You man, you know, you barely over the or barely under the limit."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay." And then, like I said, repeatedly.
Bro.
And then it got to the point where I asked the dude, I told him, I was like, "Man, I've been pulled over for the same thing more than 5 or 6 times, and I have not gotten a ticket for it because my windows are not tinted illegally. And you even just said it was under the limit.
Yeah.
So why do I keep getting pulled over? Don't y'all have, I mean, as previous law enforcement now,
more constructive things to do.
Not even that. As previous law enforcement now, I know that there is a catalog for each person. So I know in my catalog, when I get pulled over, it says he was pulled over on this date at this time for this reason.
Okay, I see your log. Yes, sir.
So if that keeps saying he was pulled over for window tint 5 times, the 6th time, why the are you pulling me over for window tint?
Yeah,
What's the real reason?
They're trying to find something.
Yeah.
And that was constantly.
Crazy.
That's like I said, it's ridiculous out
bro,
there.
Even on another note, like a story just like that, I remember one time I was picking up the same young lady I was picking up, bro, and somebody had called the cops on me because
Had that too.
and the cop came up, you know, when I got pulled over, he was just like, you know, we got to report that, you know, you were in the like neighborhood and you had a you know girl in your car.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like,
Really?
I just were leaving her parents' house, mother.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yep.
What else am I supposed to say?
Yeah. It's
What do you want?
that shouldn't even be a question. You shouldn't even have to.
Who
answer
called
that.
you?
Yeah.
Who called you? First of all,
Yeah.
probably one of these nosy ass people. Because
That's
people
right,
in Rockwall nosy, just
as
watching
hell.
what people are doing. Nosy ass mother.
So let me tell you this. So even to go further onto it, and I know we're about to run out of time for this first part. You know what I'm saying? So, but even going on further to it, I wanted to go into my man's mind a little bit further to let him know that hey, it may not even be just on the outside. Internally, it's shown as well.
Yeah.
So I told him another story. I told him about a story that happened on the football field.
Yeah.
With one of our teammates.
Yeah.
Against another player. And then I know this hit home. So, you know, I play defense. I play outside. This was he was a safety. So pretty much we were playing roulette and he got pancaked. He got pancaked by a couple of brothers. And you know how football gets. You know how it gets emotional, it gets rowdy. They get a little bit rowdy, they start talking. They both get up, he gets up. And this is me telling the story to him about another teammate whom I'm pretty sure he esteems to be a person of better character than this.
Yeah.
He gets pancaked, he gets up, and he says, "You f***ers."
Wow.
And then my other teammate grabs him and says, "Come on, let's go to the sideline." So, and I see that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know,
all I can do is laugh.
all I could do was just look. Hey, I didn't say a word to him when we got to the bench. It was no need to be. Honestly, I was a little bit shocked because honestly, I was younger. I was younger at that time. You know, I was a little bit shocked. But then on top of that, I was just like, if he says that to one of my brothers, that's my brother who he just said that to. That's my brother who he just said that racial epithet to. So what is he saying behind my back?
Exactly, bro. And that was the thing that I had
and
learned.
That's the scary thing about it.
And that was the thing I had to learn, like, kind of like coming into my own in high school was, like, because the thing was, like, for me,
yeah, you a
like,
foreigner.
I'm a super foreigner. I went to I'm not gonna say the middle school I went to, but I went to middle school in Garland. That's where I grew up. I grew up in South Garland. So coming to Rockwall out of all places and seeing how y'all live out here and operating at, like, I'm confused. I'm so lost. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to nobody because at the end of the day, that's not how I grew up. Like, Rockwall is the complete opposite of how I grew up.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
for me,
Culture shock.
yeah, it's a big culture shock. I ain't never seen so many white folks in one
It
spot
was a
in my
culture
life.
shock for me. Oh my god.
Like, that's for real. I've never seen so many white people in one spot. And when at first, like, it kind of bothered me a little bit because like I said, I didn't know how to move around and maneuver through that. Like, that's not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
I'm used to maybe having, you probably got that one white kid that sit in the back of the class, or that one that lived down the, that lived a couple of blocks down in
that
the
hood
hood.
ass, that hood ass white
the
boy.
hood ass white boy. You know what I'm saying? So
Who think he can say?
You know what I'm saying?
So
like not.
yeah, so I mean that's so it was just it was definitely a big culture shock at the end of the day.
real,
It was
for real.
definitely something I had
Bro,
to get used to, man.
The culture shock, bro. I'm gonna tell you. I've told you. Of course, I've told you.
Yeah.
It's the same story, Pat. But the story I told you about. You remember Alex, bro?
Yeah.
My bro.
Yeah.
So coming from, like you were saying, coming to Rockwall, bro. I don't know nobody down here. We moved like an hour away from where we originally.
It's one of my favorite stories, bro.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
It's one of my
I'm
favorite
like,
stories, man.
I'm maybe like, because school hasn't started yet, bro. Well, no, school has just started. I was like in 6th grade.
Yeah.
I'm still in grade school and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. I probably just had went to school. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm probably there for maybe like a couple, 2-3 weeks type, whatever the case may be. But one day, this dude rang my doorbell, and I'm like 11 years old, and I open the door, white boy just at my door, bro. And I'm sitting here opening the door like, what do I do, bro? You feel what I'm saying, bro? He was just like, hey, I'm Alex, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's, I want to go ride my bikes, yada, yada, yada.
This was back in the day when you could do that.
This is like 2007, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? This is, yeah. So I was just like, yeah, bro. Like, I'm in a new town and I don't know nobody. Ain't no black people down here. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
So, I mean, we got cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? That was like the first person I met when I was down here.
And I would say till this day,
that's
to
my
vouch
brother
for
to this day,
on Jeffrey, what Jeffrey saying, that's my brother, man.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Alex, we love you, bro.
Oh, yeah. And the best part about that is growing up at that age, I was exposed to a lot of different things. Of course, we had a great My childhood was one in a million. I'm not even going to lie. We did a lot of We had a very blessed childhood. We did a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't, I can't even say we struggled, this, that, and the other. It was great, bro. But there's another level to that. Our comfortability was our comfortability, but we didn't get to see other people's comfortability. You saw what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I got to be exposed to what this kid was, his daily life. He lived down the street. All I knew was he lived down the street in a big-ass house. Big-ass house. You see what I'm saying? But getting to know him and growing up, I got to see, like I went to vacation, got to meet, family, like I was there the whole time.
Intertwined,
and vice versa.
He know our whole family too.
And vice versa. You see
shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
Alex.
Hey, he been to the hood. He been to the hood. He done been everywhere,
He
boy.
came down to Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to my Shreveport family. He did, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he's been exposed to my life.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I'm first generation in this country, me and my brother.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So our life is not like a lot of other people's life.
All of our family besides my mom's side is back in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You know?
You see what I'm saying? So he got to be exposed to the African side, the Cajun side, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he got to see kind of how, like, you got to see how black people live. White people don't see how black people live. They see how we are.
Hey, and not to cut you off, because I know you'll probably know a story a little bit better than me, or remember it a little bit better than me, but just to touch on just kind of what we touching on, I just remember a couple of instances where Alex, was moving around with us as just black folks, and when people realize that there's not, or when they can't see that there are a white presence or there are white people involved in that circle, he got to see that side as well.
Absolutely.
So he got to see how people are, or how we are dealt with without the presence of another white person that knows better.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because he got to see both sides of that as well. Yeah. And I wish a lot of people could see both sides of that.
Oh yeah.
People
and that's the thing. It's people are so oblivious to the daily lives and the things that we actually go through.
Yeah.
If people actually saw, if you could see on a daily basis, just the nonsense we deal with, just nonsense, flat out nonsense we deal with, that is just intertwined in our day while we're trying to deal with our personal.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Do you know how exhausting that is?
It's exhausting. That's the word that you use.
I'm trying to be great, but at the same time, there's a million reasons why I'm not supposed to be great.
There's so many hurdles that we have to jump over just to get to the starting line. You know what I mean? Like just to start the race, just to begin whatever this race is, I have to run laps.
Yeah.
You know, you have to jump over hurdles. I don't get to just wake up and start the day or start at the line.
Hey,
no.
Start fresh right there.
No,
Boom.
no,
Ready
no.
to go. Ripe, just ready to go. Y'all know that meme that you see, that one meme where we're talking about the same situation. And
Talking about the lady.
You got the person of color, and then you got the other person.
Yeah.
And she has not only
she got barbells on
anchor
her,
on her leg, but in her
Alligators
path,
and
you got
lakes,
alligators, barbed wire, lakes,
landmines,
all of that. And then in the other path, he
clear
has,
path.
he has a hurdle moved out of the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's just like,
You think that would be an exaggeration?
But it's not.
it's not even an exaggeration. My life is an
literally-
exaggeration.
It's not that. It's not that just boom. It's not that just right there in your face for you to see. But if you open your heart and have some empathy, be a little empathetic.
There's people that see.
And you there are some people that
but
see, but there
let me say
are a
this.
lot that don't see.
But let me say this. It's not even about, I don't even think it's about empathy, because empathy is a choice. It's not about necessarily empathy. I think there are people who have seen what's going on right now and have decided to either live in their empathy that they have or find it. And then there's people who just don't give a who are just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what's going on in the media
You know what's
right now.
crazy?
They like it.
You know what's
They
crazy?
like it.
Even in Belton, Texas, at the rally that we spoke at,
Yeah.
out of everything that happened that day, the one thing that stuck with me was the crazy. I'm not even gonna say it's a crazy question. To me, it's crazy. As a black man, this is a crazy question. But the wildest just question was asked to me. He said, "Hey, we were having a great conversation.
Yeah.
Very, very open discussion conversation." He said, "Hey, let me ask you something." He said, "Is it really that tough for you guys here?"
Yep, I remember that.
I wanted to punch this motherfucker so hard in the face.
And you had to realize,
but in my mind, I'm just like,
he don't know.
He's serious.
Yeah,
he's asking this question seriously.
I heard that question.
Yeah.
I was right there with you.
Yeah.
He was dead ass serious.
Yeah, he was
brother.
dead serious.
He was.
I was so
serious,
baffled, but
and he was
I
serious.
had to collect myself and think. This man literally asked me this question because he doesn't know, and I'm finna tell him.
Yeah.
And I told him absolutely.
Straight
it's
up.
even worse than what you think.
Without hesitation. Yes.
So, and then just on the same topic. I mean, if we're talking about Belton, I'm gonna get on the topic about the conversation that I had as well. I had a guy literally. Good conversation. Don't get me wrong. Great conversation. But I had a guy that I had spoken to, and his argument was that there is Confederate battle flag that is what's is always shown, and that's what's portrayed, and that's what the flag that you normally see. And then there's a Confederate naval flag, which is what he believes in.
Yeah.
And so I had asked the guy, well, isn't that still representing the same thing? Isn't that still the Confederacy? He said, no, they represent two different things. And I was like, how is that possible? It's still it's still represented by the Confederacy as one unit. He's like, no, I don't, I don't believe in that. And I was like, well, let me say this. I was like, just to put it in, standpoint, because he's a veteran, he's an Army guy. So I say, let me just kind of put it in this standpoint, maybe, see if it makes sense. So I told him, I said, hey, I'm a prior 11 Bravo. That was my MOS. I'm not a big fan of 31 Deltas, but we're all Army, right? Because we all represent the same flag. Is that correct? The same branch.
Same
is that
cause.
the same cause? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That makes sense. Well, how? I don't understand how that makes sense, and what I was saying before doesn't. Like, you represent literally why we are out here, and then you're trying to persuade me that that's not what you believe in. Is that the thought process of
You are praising a group that fought against this country.
Exactly.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna dig into it. I have no
Well,
other.
no.
I'm not even gonna dig
Well,
into
look,
it.
you're fighting against people that you lost against. Number one, y'all lost that war, so it really should be deaded. It should be done with. You lost. Number two, you are fighting for your people who kept us as slaves. So you're saying that was okay. That's what you're saying, regardless of how you want to state it. That's what you're fighting for. That's what you're saying.
And I love this quote. Well, it's not even a quote, but it's just like a comparison. They were saying, in Germany, you don't see statues of Hitler. You don't see Nazi
America's
flags
the only place you see that type of shit.
swinging around and all that. You don't see that. Why? A,
They
what it
recognize
stands for, and B, the motherfuckers lost. Y'all praising some losers, bro.
Speaking on that, I saw
Fucking idiots.
A post and a quote the other day, and it had the same instance, and they had the white nationalists and white supremacists, and they had a flag that had the Nazi symbol on it, and then it had the American flag, and then it had the Confederate flag, so I'm sitting here like, okay, the Confederates fought the American people. And they lost, so that flag really should be gone. It shouldn't represent anything. It's gone. It's done.
Y'all know the brick
and then
wall.
You're talking about the Nazis. Well, there was a whole world war over that, and y'all lost, and y'all are still representing it with the American flag.
Y'all can't get over.
The brick wall I run into is that they say hell this, hell that. They got the Nazi symbol. The Nazi symbol was Germany, right? That's what it represents. That's Hitler.
Yeah.
Hail Hitler, right? That's what they say. Do they not know that Hitler wanted one race? He wanted an Aryan race. Have they done research?
They do know that.
They do know that.
But do they know that all he wanted was blonde-haired, blue-eyed
That's not
men?
the point. That's not the point.
They don't give a
No, but that is the point. So
what?
So if that's all he wanted, do you not even realize that it's irrelevant?
Bro, their protest is they want to be able to continue to oppress. That is it. That's the only protest they are out there. They want to continue to oppress. Because right now their rights to oppress are being taken away. So that's why they are mad.
Yeah, that's why they out there.
That's why cops are quitting every day, because they can't oppress.
Boy, that's some wild the way so you mean to tell me cops are quitting because y'all can't treat us any way y'all want to?
No, because they're getting in trouble for it now. It's not that they can still treat it, but there's a repercussion to it now.
So y'all mad?
Somewhat of a repercussion.
Somewhat. I don't believe in police repercussion.
Until I see it, I don't believe in that.
Yeah. Hey, look, for those of y'all who have
shit.
prior or worked in law enforcement or work in law enforcement now, y'all know how this goes. So just leave it at there.
I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm not even gonna talk about that shit. That's a whole nother.
How that go?
To get back to that point that you were saying, man, about how the man, because I was there with you, and he asked us that question, and me and you looked at each other, we looked at each other and had we came to the same realization that he's dead ass serious, and then we looked at him with no hesitation and like, yes. And when we told him that, he was looking at us, Jesi,
like really,
exactly, like really. Really, I mean, we gave you civil rights.
Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, I don't know where I was at.
We did this. You're not slaves anymore. We did that. Do you not realize?
Y'all didn't do anything. Y'all didn't do anything.
Do you not realize?
You're just saying.
Did you not do anything? When you can't have y'all two were amazing at track. I'm a man of analogies. Y'all two were amazing at track. I think y'all both would know that if y'all two started out a 400 and y'all got a 200-meter head start, and as soon as y'all finished that 200, somebody else was able to start. I think y'all both realized the that represents the gap that can bridge.
It's a big gap.
The gap that can create.
There's almost $1,000 or $1,000-year.
Oh yes, and then when you throw in the fact of miseducation, you throw in the fact of
misculture,
of mass incarceration, you throw in the fact of redlining, you throw in the fact of giving a religion that has taken the masses. You know, you throw in all of these factors, and then what do you get?
Bro,
you get a big fucking gap.
Exactly.
You get a lacking in that people.
But and it's not, and you know what? And I don't even think you have to go that deep, because it's very plain and simple. Y'all had our people in the fields working as slaves while your kids were going to school back in the 1700s. So they got a head start to the point where they had a 100-year-old family name that already had money, land, ownership behind it that they were just going to pass down to the next generation after next. We didn't get there to the 50s.
No.
And barely that.
We're trying to get there
But I'm saying, though, what I'm saying is we didn't even get the chance or the acknowledgement until the 50s. Mm-hmm. So this is only 2020. Mm-hmm. That's not even 100 years.
So do the math, man.
So y'all do the math, and y'all do the math, and y'all tell me how that sounds.
Bro, you know what's crazy, bro? And I'm just harping back on because I still can't get that question out of my head. But the craziest thing was I asked him. I was just like, when was the last time you actually had a conversation with a black person, like just for real? And he really couldn't give me a straight answer. And that's how I knew in my mind, like, wow.
Is that the guy? Oh, I'm not gonna ask.
No, I'm not even gonna specify.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Just the fact that I'm just sitting there, like, wow, like,
it's real life.
The disconnect is
real.
So real, and until you actually get to those places, like we did, we were in Belton, Texas.
I didn't even know where that was.
Can you tell me where Belton, Texas is?
Didn't even know.
I
that was
think
a
because
place
I went to
until we was
Baylor.
there.
Only because I went to Baylor.
I didn't even know that was a real place until we started driving, bro.
But that town reminded me. It reminds me of Rockwall, bro.
Old
like
Rockwall?
Old Rockwall, not New Rockwall. New Rockwall is like
Rockwall.
that's an old city. Rockwall's a damn
Older Rockwall.
Yeah, bro. Old Rockwall.
Where they were
Land Rockwall.
lynching men.
Speaking of this,
no.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, go ahead and
Speaking of that, let's speak light onto
Speak
that.
on it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
The lynching of Anderson Ellis.
Speak on it.
A 27-year-old man
Say
who
his
was
name again?
accused. Anderson Ellis.
How old was he?
He was a 27-year-old black man who was accused, and we know how the accusations of the past went with white women and younger black men. We don't have to get into that, but we know how that went. But he was accused of the physical assault of a white woman, and like this decadent society says that you should be tried in front of a jury of peers.
Yeah,
He was not stated in the Associated Press. He was chained to a iron stake and driven to the earth and burned in front of a crowd of 1,000
in Rockwall, Texas.
In 1909.
And what was supposed to happen?
He was supposed to get a trial, a jury of his peers.
And Rockwall was supposed to do what?
They were supposed to abide by that.
But
No,
but what was Rockwall?
Yes.
What did Rockwall say that they were going to do for my brother?
Yes, in present time, Rockwall has stated that they were supposed to make a lynching memorial for this man whose life was taken so heinously.
How many years ago was?
I can't give you the exact year, my brother, but it's been years. It's been too long.
Longer than I've been here.
It's been too long. Where's this memorial, Rockwall, Texas?
Yeah.
Where's this memorial for our brother? The lynching that you were suppressed for over 100 years.
For the people
and y'all want to sit on this high horse, thinking that this town is something so sweet and wonderful.
Nope. Y'all sitting on some ugly.
You need to take a look into the mirror and see, and realize, like we said at the beginning of the segment, acknowledgement.
That's the first step.
That's the first step. That's the first step.
Know that an issue exists.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once you know that an issue exists, then you can take the steps into actually helping the issue. Until then, the issue will continue on and on because y'all aren't going to do a motherfucker.
I tell you what this time, because here's just my personal thought on it.
Speak on me, bro.
Y'all messed up in this generation because we all know our generation don't around with this.
We are not our ancestors. I'm gonna say that loud.
Y'all know our generation will burn the streets to the ground. Y'all know that, right? And I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm not saying this to be hostile. I'm saying this as a real fact that change will come because, like I said, our generation does not do that.
The pain that you have inflicted, DNA has memory. The pain that you have inflicted over 400 years is instilled into our DNA. I feel the pain of every single brother and sister out there.
During my speech, I said you have to realize what we are willing to go through, and I truly believe there are only two ways to leave the battlefield, and that's victorious or dead.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I know these two men besides me, these three men collectively, even all the collection of visuals I speak for us when we say we are willing to die for what we believe in. We're willing to die for our people. We're willing to die for our mothers, our brothers, our sisters, our uncles, nieces, and nephews, unborn children. We are willing to die for a change, and you have to realize that and accept that.
One thing I do want to make clear is that a change will happen regardless. You don't have to like the change that's going to come,
but it will come.
But there is a change going to come,
and it's
either
really,
you can help the change or you can fight against it.
Yep.
But
those are really your only options.
But at the end of the day, change will come.
Yep.
Other than that, I really have nothing else to say about that topic. Because I mean, y'all can see what's going on for yourselves. Nothing is a secret right now. It's 2020. You got an iPhone 300. Whoever knows what model it is, you know any and everything that happens around the globe. It's not a secret no more.
It's not. It's not a secret.
Nothing is a secret no more.
You can find out about stuff before stuff even really happens.
So stop acting like these things aren't real, people.
Yeah.
The longer that y'all keep. So, like the longer y'all keep doing it, the longer y'all keep ignoring the fact that in this very country, the roots of this country are embedded on hate, murder, slaughter, massacre. Until you actually realize that, and until you quit looking at America as the fucking rose that you think it is, it's a fucking dead piece of grass on the ground. We gotta fix it.
Speak it.
We gotta fix it, bro.
Speak it.
Yep.
Until we fix it,
Speak it.
Guess what? Y'all think y'all are living in utopia, but y'all keep forgetting the people y'all are suppressing. We're gonna get tired of that.
Y'all ever seen Hunger Games? I'm gonna start calling it Panel. For real. Y'all can call me Peter.
Just
for real.
Just go old.
But honestly, yes, this may be your utopia. This may be your heaven on earth. But you got to remember how you got to that place, and you got to remember if you keep suppressing the people who built that utopia for you, eventually somebody is going to get tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everybody's going to get tired of it. All it takes is somebody to get tired of it. Mm-hmm. And once somebody's going to get tired of it, it's going to spread like a virus, just like this goddamn COVID spreading right now. Yep. It's going to hit every single person.
Y'all understand that and here's, let me tell America about themselves real quick. It's so crazy that y'all can't even acknowledge what's going on in y'all's own country, but every other country seems to have protests and riots for our behalf based off of this country's unacknowledgement of it.
Why are other countries having protests for
us? Because y'all won't acknowledge it. So for all y'all who are saying that it's disproportionate or it's not real or it's over dramatic, well, I don't think the other countries think so. I'm just saying.
If our cries being heard from the other side of the world, it can't be too dramatic.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty damn relevant.
It can't be too dramatic, can it? You just have to realize, and like I say, this country was founded on a parasitic relationship. This country was a leech among several different bodies. Mm-hmm. And it's been sucking and sucking and sucking and doing what a parasite does.
Yep.
And it's to the point where this leech cannot unlatch.
Yeah.
So without this leech unlatching, with the change to truly come, the leech must go itself, and we must continue. For a change to really happen, an entire different system.
Not to cut you off, I really just want to add on to what you say about, especially because that's a great analogy as the leech.
Mm-hmm.
But and what I want to say about that, the leech can't survive without the host. You know that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you take away your Native Americans, you take away your African Americans.
Yes.
There's no more your Latin Americans.
Yes.
And look, and I'm gonna just say this right now. I mean, it may not be a big deal, but I just thought about it. I'm thinking about my Latino families as well. Mm-hmm. That's for everybody.
Yeah, one thing about, please look, my Latino people, we ride for you guys to the death.
To the death.
Y'all are brothers,
Yeah.
because in the eyes of America, y'all are going to be looked at as the same as they look at us.
Yes.
We're in this
We
fight
stand with
together.
y'all, man.
There is no separate fight. Okay, when we say Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
we say Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, Black Lives
Because
Matter.
in the eyes of white America, you're black.
You're black. If you're not white, you're black.
I'm gonna
Let's just put it like that.
And that's what our elders told us.
If you're
That's
not
what our
white,
elders told us.
you are black.
If you are not white, you are black.
Yeah.
And that rings true. And we stand with our brothers and sisters of color. Vanessa Guillen, rest in paradise, your angel.
Rest in peace.
We stand with your
Rest in
family.
peace.
We stand with the right against this wrong.
We need to whatever is going on at Fort Hood. Man.
That's a whole different subject, brother.
It is.
It
I
is,
just want to let it be known.
But the same
Rest in peace. Angel.
fact. What? That's a
whole.
nother-
When I'm
we
saying
ain't got
separate
time.
subject,
We ain't got-
when
we
I'm
ain't
saying
got
separate
time.
subject, I mean that is a whole
We ain't
different
got
thing.
time.
That's a whole
We
nother
ain't got time.
path
We ain't
that
got time,
is.
bro. We ain't got time.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, baby.
yeah. Rest in peace, though.
Anyways, guys, thank you very, very, very much for tuning in to this special episode of the Unstuck Podcast. I hope it was very informative. I hope at the end of the day, we are just expressing our opinions as individuals, just to let that be known. But at the end of the day, we are going to let our voices and concerns and all that be voiced, and we're going to give you facts just like we did tonight.
Yep.
You can watch this video 1,000,000 times. Look up the stuff we told you. Look up the quotes we told you. All that type of stuff. Look it up for yourselves. I really want you to do that. Look it up for yourselves, because
Do your own research.
in 2020, in today's time, you have to look up every single thing that is being told to you, even if it's coming from me, if it's coming from him, if it's coming from this
That's
guy.
what we
Your own
encourage.
research.
Do your own
Do your own research. Look up things for yourself and start waking up and paying attention, because there's a lot of things that are going on right now that y'all have no idea about. That.
And then and this is off subject, but I'm just thinking about it since we are talking about Rockwall, and I'm not saying this for Rockwall in general. This is for every place that is like Rockwall. To all of my black brothers and sisters that are athletes, watch out for yourself. Do not follow the rest of your non-black and brown athletes, because their path is going to be a little bit different. Their path is always set up a little bit different than yours. So look out for yourself. Make sure you take care of what needs to be taken care of.
Good point,
and
brother.
be prepared. I just want to put that up for my athletes, okay?
Yeah. Also, that was a good point. Also, visit collectionofvisuals.org.
Yes,
Make sure to leave your email, subscribe, because of course we put updates out every now and then. We're going to have our merch coming back out here very soon, so that's another update that we really want you guys to be a part of. You know, merch is a big deal for us, because at the end of the day, like we said, everything is in-house. We have black creators that work with our company.
Hey, y'all go follow the page Snatch ENT as well, okay? Y'all go check my brothers out. That's going to be $ Snatch. You feel
We'll
me?
link it down. We'll definitely link it down in the bottom. But
Absolutely.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. And make sure you be safe out there, guys. And I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody, please be
crazy
safe.
times.
Even if we don't agree, everybody, please be safe. And peace and love to everybody out there.
Love everybody. This is the Unstuck Podcast. Stay unstuck, baby.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah.